Filming this on a 4K camera thanks to Thesis, you might look a little better. Well, we might not look a little better, but the quality might be a little better. I look pretty greasy.
I've been hacking my brains out for like 4 days now, so things aren't going well.
I just didn't wash my hair, so that's why I'm greasy. Okay, let's try doing an introduction, but first...
Animal crackers.
We don't know what animals they are.
I'm not good at identifying animals.
But also none of them look like animals. Like, look at that. This issue of the logo is called, like it's not called, the theme is cold open, which is a thing in comedy.
You're doing well.
You're doing really well. No, it's a thing in comedy. I learned it, I pitched it because I was like, oh, January's cold and it's the first month of the year. Cold open, also like SNL uses it because it's like the thing, they just go right into it and they do a bit and then they're like live from New York, it's Saturday
night. The opposite
night.
of what we're doing.
Yes. Well, SNL has become increasingly unfunny, and so have we, because the first video we did was pretty damn funny, if I admit myself, and now we're here. I don't really know what the point is.
We brought snacks this time. That's how you can really tell it's deteriorating.
So we, as SNL is, or wait, what? We are also becoming increasingly unfunny, just like SNL. So that's what this video is. Like how we oddly became friends
with people.
Cold open to a friendship, if you will. So I met my best friend of many years, Mary, when we were in 5th grade. She's actually a triplet, and okay, so maybe I didn't meet her in 5th grade.
Wow, you're out here lying.
And so I walked into my first day of 5th grade, and I had friends that were in that class, but we had assigned seats. And I looked at the person, so like I was on the end, and then Mary was next to me, and then David was on the other side of her.
Please cut to David. And that is circled with an X through it and multiple X's around the circle. Might be there.
Now.
Ew. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 W's.
Okay. We love David now. Anyway.
We didn't love David.
We're getting there. And so I remember going up to my other friends at the time and being so upset because they were assigned to sit together and I wasn't sitting with them. And I was like, who the fuck is Mary? I don't want to sit with her. I'm so pissed, little 10-year-old me or whatever. So I sat down, and I don't remember like what day it was that we started talking, but like we were kids and we sat next to each other. So we started talking, and we at some point developed a mutual hatred that wasn't even a real hatred of David. And so we started just like fucking with David. And it was like, looking back on it, it might have been a little bit of bullying. But we like secretly / like me and Mary were on the same page that we did like David. Like we were David's friends, but we didn't let anyone else be friends with him because we were like, David sucks. We'll get there. And so like the first thing I remember we did was somebody brought in pretzels for their birthday, and Mary and I got the great idea to like dip one in a little bit of mustard, like a piece of one, and put it in the back of David's desk, because you had like the desk that you kept all your shit in elementary school.
This.
I know. And we were like, we wonder how long it's gonna take him to find this, because David just like never cleaned out his desk. And it turns out it took till the end of the year when we were forced to clean them out, which was like a solid, I think it was 3 months later. The pretzel was rock hard. And he tried to bite it when he took it out, so.
Oh no.
Not to call you out on the internet, bud, but we stopped him. We didn't let him eat it. But basically just like, through our apparent mutual hatred that wasn't hatred of David, Mary and I became like best friends. We created this thing at recess called the David Touch. Which is It's bullying. It's bullying.
Wait, was it like a if he touches you like you're dead kind of thing? Because we did that with a kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't personally play the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the kid smelled in our defense.
David didn't smell.
So,
I don't know why we picked David.
The kid smelled. I don't remember his name. But I remember that he took it very well. And so he would just chase people around the playground. And I wasn't actively one of the people like, ew, insert his name here.
We got everyone to be like, ew. It was fucked up.
But I remember, children are horrible. I remember I was on the playground and he just came behind me and grabbed me by both shoulders and I was petrified, and I don't think I wore that shirt again for the rest of the school year. I think that was a genuine thing that I did.
Nope. So Mary and I were like the instigators behind that for our elementary school. But the thing was, we got everybody else to be like, ew, or at least like a few people that like we knew and were friends with. I know. But me and Mary were still like, nah, it's fine. We like you, David. Like, you're cool. And I don't know if he really knew that. That's how I felt about it. But I mean, it was shitty. Sorry, David. Again, love you.
We stan you now.
We stan you, David. He's doing really cool things in life. So like, we super stan David. He's a good person. But then Mary and I just like were the best of friends after that. We did the learning fair together. She used to help me cheat on my spelling test in 5th grade because
Allie.
we were I was like just really bad at spelling, still am, and she was really good at spelling, so she would like have the words in like her desk thing and she would like show them to me, and I would write them down and we'd like both do really well on our spelling tests. And then she also lived 2 minutes away from me, so we would walk to each other's houses and we just became inseparable buds for the rest of our lives. David's like vaguely brought it up in life after that. We had AP Lit together in 12th grade, David and I. He sat behind me. And I think he just casually one time was like, remember when you and Mary bullied me? And I was like, we didn't do that. And he was just like, yeah, you did. And I was like, that's one way you can become friends with somebody, is just ruthlessly bully another kid. You also made me think of a story that's not really a friendship story.
Oh.
But it, like, if a cold open and, like, meeting someone was, like, put together, like, it felt like a setup. The rotisserie chicken. Like, that just seems like it's
when you met someone, it was a comedy sketch.
This is what this was, but it was 1,000% real life. I was going to a friend's apartment who had a roommate who I had never met, right? And I go into the apartment, and this roommate, Moss, was sitting there on the couch, and he was eating dinner. And it was just...
Oh no.
It was just a whole rotisserie chicken in the container still, like lid taken off, but like container on his lap, just his bare hands eating a whole rotisserie chicken. And I think I said, is that what I told? I was like,
he asked if you wanted one.
He like offered me some of the chicken, and I was like, oh, like, no thank you. And he went, oh, is it because I'm eating it with my hands? And I said, maybe a little bit. And then he was like, well, there's a whole other one in the kitchen if you want that. And I was just like, no, I'm good. And he just ate it with his bare hands on the couch.
You know that tweet where someone's like, someone's going to see me in my car eating a whole rotisserie chicken with my bare hands and be like, ah, yes, the one? It's Moss. Moss needs to find that girl.
Moss needs that girl. It's still just the most alarming and hilarious thing. Every time I see a rotisserie chicken, I laugh because, like, it's just ingrained in my mind. So go check out the rest of the Cold Open issue. Also submit to Loco. And make friends. That's all. That's all, folks. Okay, let me try not to knock this mug over.
Please keep that little dance in there.
I can't find the off button.